Hello and welcome to Redshirt Cinema Club, a weekly podcast about watching movies with friends. It's 1999. 16 years after the story ended with Return of the Jedi, Star Wars is about to go back in time to where the Skywalker saga really began. With The Phantom Menace, some of you were taking your first step into a larger world, whilst others like me were hoping to recapture the magic of an old friend. However you feel about them, they have been a hugely important part of people's lives and of the Star Wars story. So let's get started on the prequel trilogy with Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Hello and welcome back to Redshirt Cinema Club. My name is David Jackson, joined today as always by Nathan Dighton.
Hello.
And Robert Pearson.
Hello.
And in our Star Wars season, we have gone back to the beginning, chronologically speaking. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, a movie that I was unbelievably excited for when it came out. My first Star Wars release in cinemas. My parents, as a surprise, got me tickets to opening night in Yeovil.
The big opening.
Oh yeah, it was the big one, which was just fantastic. This is a very me thing. I was really weirdly embarrassed that they'd got me this. I didn't tell anybody at school.
Wow.
Because I pretended I went on the second day, which is when everyone at school was going, because I didn't want them to.
That's weird. I didn't see you there.
Yeah, I said, but I knew everything that happened in the movie, everything. So I must have gone.
This is funny because years later you would betray us and also go and see a Star Wars movie one day early. It's like a history thing with you.
I don't know what you're talking about. You've got to save that chat for the prequels. I mean, whatever they are, the sequels. We're in the prequels now. Rob, did you go and see this movie when it came out? And if so, at what point in the movie did you get to the cinema?
I got there on time because my dad wasn't in charge of getting me there.
Okay, nice.
In fact, I think I saw this film at least twice at the cinema.
Yeah.
I went to see it.
And having seen it at least twice at the cinema, does that mean that you were quite a fan at the time?
Yeah.
What cinema was it?
The Odeon in Taunton.
Oh, the big one. That's the only joke I've got this morning.
Was it on there, like, by Hollywood Bowl?
Yes.
Is it out there on the trading estate?
Yeah. Hollywood Bowl, and in between Hollywood Bowl and the Odeon is a McDonald's.
Oh, yes.
And that is just that little triumvirate of...
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Even for me, who was, 40-minute drive away, that was a birthday thing.
The glamour of a trading estate.
I think my 10th birthday was maybe going to that Odeon and Hollywood Bowl and McDonald's.
Oh, what were you bowling with at that time, Dave?
I've always enjoyed a light ball. Yeah, 3-finger holes.
Can you find one with the thumb small enough for your?
Great stuff. What about you, Nath? You went and saw this. You were a little bit older. You were old enough to know better when you saw it.
Yeah, I was so excited.
How did you feel about it?
So I had this strange experience where so it was like A-level time, like right before the exams. It was May 1999, right? So, I just turned 18 and I was just finishing off my A-levels and I was more or less living at my girlfriend's house. My parents had divorced a couple of years earlier and my dad had moved away. So we still had a house, but it was like, my brother was at university and, I was more or less living over there and her little brother was 2 years younger and went to see just something else during the day. And then I remember going to pick him up and we'd book tickets, all of our friends for the evening, going to go and watch it in the evening, opening evening.
Yeah.
And he'd just been to see it in the morning. And I was like, what?
So this has happened to you before then?
And I still remember his face. He was just like,
Yeah.
And he was...
You should go.
He was like, yeah, it's cool.
You should watch it.
I don't know if he actually thought it was good or not, but I remember the wind being taken out the sails of I could have just gone early.
Yeah.
Just during the morning or the afternoon. And then I remember going in the evening. I remember the fanfare, the explosion of Star Wars on the screen, just feeling like, I think I mentioned in one of the pods last year, just I couldn't believe I was watching new Star Wars. Just that sense of what is about to unfold.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, the taxation of trade routes is in dispute.
My word.
Oh, the greedy Trade Federation. I want to hear more about them.
And I think there's stuff, because I had that experience of I'm so excited and then just feeling like how many wounds can I suffer before that excitement bleeds out during the film. I think that's kind of what I experienced. And it bleeds out there's all those videos you can see now on the internet all the time of like fans coming out the cinema, and you can see it in their eyes, and they're trying to tell themselves that they sort of enjoyed it. But watching it last night, there were moments still. I remember thinking, I remember the first time I watched this and feeling like this is exciting. And like just because you're trying to find something to grab onto.
How many times do you reckon you've seen it? Because you're a big prequel denier.
I am.
And if you don't like something, you won't watch it again, which is, I think, a pretty understandable and fair way to live.
That girlfriend and I had like, it was early days of like see as much as you want at the cinema pass.
Yeah.
Virgin or UGC cars or whatever they were.
Yeah.
At that time. So I think I saw it a couple of times.
Right.
At the cinema.
And then maybe never
never deliberately again until last year when I apparently went to see and totally forgot that I'd seen the 25th anniversary, I guess it was.
Oh my God, is it 25 years old already? Well, you've just said 1999, so it must be.
I was thinking about this last night, just thinking about the dates, obviously the original trilogy that we'd seen. And so, I must have only seen them in the late 80s. So the most I was really waiting for 10 years for this film.
Yeah.
Which is a long time when you're 10. That's all of time. But now it doesn't, obviously 26 years have passed. And I don't know what I feel. Just that they're just numbers.
Yeah. I think I'd enjoy a 16-year break for new Star Wars now. Yeah. I'd be excited again. But
I'm not sure I would.
There's new Star Wars coming, so that's
don't worry about
happen.
That's still coming.
Yeah. Well, I was one of those people, I think, who left the cinema telling myself I'd enjoyed it and having a sort of hollow feeling and not too sure exactly why. I was definitely just so glad that Star Wars was back, but it wasn't the Star Wars I was hoping for. And since then, I've gone on to hate the prequels and then feel like maybe I've got some kind of joy to be found in them, but not from a good place, really. I feel like I've enjoyed countless memes. I've enjoyed countless there's some great videos I've seen. There's a guy who's done like a what if the prequels were good, and he's just rewritten them, and he just tells you his kind of screenplay of them, which I've really enjoyed. All the red letter media stuff that we've talked about before. Like, I've seen these films absolutely torn apart and quite enjoyed that. Yeah. And there are bits that I just genuinely do enjoy.
They're few and far between for me.
They are.
Do you know, the interesting thing for me with the prequels is cast iron hatred for a long time, and then we started working with Dan Wheeler. What year was that? 2009, maybe
2011.
Oh, wow, okay. And, Dan Wheeler, I remember us all laughing in the office because his email address, which I can't actually say, but
you can't.
In some way has his birth year in it,
yes.
which is 1990.
Yes.
And I remember that at the time being like, what the fuck? This guy was born in the 90s. Dan just grew up with them and had a different opinion. And it's funny, I guess you never see, like, I don't think anyone can make a case that the prequels are as good as the earlier ones, because they're quite bad, aren't they? But there's this generation of people who grew up watching them and have this love for them, which is set apart from that. And so, like, just seeing them kind of recovered in that way, that there's, like, the love for them exists, even though the films themselves have not changed. That's been interesting.
Yeah. It's going to be difficult to talk about. So I've really wanted to go in and enjoy this movie and see it a bit fresh and
Rob might surprise us. We should ask Rob what he.
Yeah, well, Rob, you might surprise us because your opinion, if I'm right, on just kind of all of Star Wars is it's just all fine, and there's like the prequels are fine and the original movies are fine and the sequels are fine, and they're different in different ways, but ultimately it's all just kind of a riff on the same theme, and you don't care that much. Is that fair?
Maybe not that apathetic, I don't think. I've always liked the prequels. I've always found them fun. I enjoyed watching the Phantom Menace last night. Yeah. I've got fond childhood memories of it.
Yeah.
I do think there are some genuinely great bits in this film. I think the podcast is great. The pod race. And the
podcasts are great.
I'd love to see who would be on the pod. Anakin? No, you wouldn't.
No, it'd be the commentator at the pod race. He'd be the host. They would be the host, the two heads of the podcast.
What's the name of that stupid character? Anyone know?
Which one?
The one with two heads.
One with two heads. No, I can't remember. And I think they do have two names.
Bubba and Bobba or something, isn't it?
Oh, God, yeah, you might be right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Bubba
Never
and
mind.
Bobba. It's exactly the kind of thing George Lucas would call them. And the lightsaber duel at the end, I still maintain it's the best ever lightsaber duel in all of Star Wars.
And you didn't really have much. You didn't at the time that Phantom Menace was released. You didn't really have too much love or experience for the original movies anyway, right? So this was kind of your entry.
I'd seen the original movies the year before, or a couple of years before, when they re-released them in the cinema. Obviously, famously, my dad was late taking me to the Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
I didn't have like an overwhelming love for them. No.
I
don't remember being particularly excited. I was just taken by my mum, I think, to see the Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
and then I went again with my friend Martin a couple of weeks later. He was like, "I've not seen it. Should we go and watch that?" I was like, "Okay, we'll go watch that."
Yeah,
and yeah,
the character name of the commentator. It's two-headed alien, and I think the heads are called Fode and Bede, and the character together is called Fodes Bede Anadu.
Fodes Bede Xanadu. That sounds like a sentence that I'm not sure I should be saying.
Fodes Bede Anadu. Greg Proops played that character.
Both parts.
I believe so.
Versatile.
Oh no, and Scott Capurro is the green one. Yeah,
the green one.
One of them's talking in Huttese and one of them's talking in English.
That's right. Yeah,
the two languages.
Yes.
Some people can't understand anything.
Well, what I thought was strange about that is that they're talking and then they're responding to each other, but in different languages. So, presumably the idea is to have two commentators speaking two different languages so that two different audiences
can appreciate it.
But instead they're just hearing, you're absolutely right.
They're mixing it up.
Great insight there from Fode. And it's like, what? What did he say?
I
don't know.
He said, probably.
Iwanga.
Hey, he was there, wasn't he?
That's Bib Fortuna.
The first time I noticed him.
Bib Fortuna,
I've forgotten his name was Bib Fortuna, but as soon as he came out, I was like, hey, Wanga.
Yeah. When he comes out, I was like, cool. And then when you get to see him closer, I'm like, oh, he doesn't look well. And he's meant to be, a lot younger there. You also get to see like a Mrs. Jabba the Hutt.
Mrs. Jabba.
Or certainly a female Hutt.
Just a smaller Hutt.
Yeah. That kind of sums up the prequels in a way for me. It's just like everything is like wedge in a. Wouldn't it be fun to see this? Wouldn't it? We get to see another of Yoda's kind.
It's like when Mrs. Blobby. Remember when Mrs. Blobby and Baby Blobby went? What? Yoda? Another Yoda?
Yeah.
Where? I didn't see this.
In the Jedi Council. He's got hair. He's called Yaddle.
What? Of course I missed this completely. I didn't see this at all.
Yeah, I mean, you only see it in the wide shots.
Oh.
I don't think Yoda's race has a name. Maybe they do, or species. Maybe they do. But no, because for a long time I thought it was so cool. There's just one Yoda, and then obviously in the prequels it's like, no, there's loads of them.
What do you think? What do you think George Lucas would call that race?
Greenos.
Gherkinian.
Greenos. The last of the Greenos I am.
I'm pretty sure I've seen, I've laughed at Yaddle on the internet, but I've seen this film, like I said, a few times. I think I must have always thought that he was just looking fucking weird in those shots. What the fuck?
I do think all of the surrounding culture around the prequels now enhances this film immeasurably. I found a great deal of enjoyment from it. More so than I did when I originally saw it, when I watched it yesterday, just because of all of the memes. Yeah, whenever Jar Jar came on and did something shit, I just imagined... That's
every time.
Just imagine Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, yeah.
Like shooting himself in the head because his son is such an idiot.
Yeah, I know.
That's how I felt.
I mean, he's literally banished because he's clumsy.
It's so awful, but then they're all fucking idiots anyway.
I know.
It doesn't make any...
They're not all idiots.
Why does
the general's not an idiot? No again, Jar Jar.
Yeah, he's all right. He's the smartest one, I think.
Should we go back through from the beginning?
Let's try.
I have extensive notes.
My last point is to say that I really didn't enjoy watching this last night.
Really?
No, I really struggled to, having really wanted to get something more out of it. I did struggle, and I think it's bad.
I saw we're at a bit of a crossroads because that's how I felt as well, and I don't want to just, you can feel yourself.
Yes.
I have a criticism, and then I get a bit animated about it, and then I just feel myself You know, I feel like I'm in the Emperor's fucking chamber at the end of Return of the Jedi. And I know I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be those guys.
I know. I don't. There'll be a lot of people listening to this who really love this movie. I don't want to tell them that they're not wrong. That's the important thing. But they're
all we should do is
different.
disappoint everybody by neither loving nor hating it. There'll be some people listening like,
I think if it just
film.
The problem is that it exists. You know, the kind of little précis on Disney when you go to watch it is 2 Jedi find Anakin Skywalker a boy who's incredibly strong with the Force or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like so much more happens in this movie, but it's such a part of. They're so beholden to the bigger story. As soon as they're prequels, it's like, oh, we're going to tell you about the wider story. And all that happens in this movie, by Disney's own admission as part of the wider story, like the whole thing is just, they meet Anakin. Episode 1, they meet Anakin.
No, man, it's all about Palpatine. Palpatine doing
No,
his
I agree.
amazing moves. And I
agree that there is that stuff in there.
The Chancellor.
That's kind of my point. But
Is
they're too
Palpatine
beholden to
the Phantom Menace?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe, Darth Maul as well, I guess.
And Anakin.
Oh, yeah, I guess, sort of.
Well, do you know, I think that the posters always made me think it was Anakin. It was a very cool poster. It had like a picture of him outside his house on Tatooine, and his shadow was Darth Vader's shadow.
So that was a great poster. Really good. Really oversold
The marketing
the movie.
for this film, it was it's pretty amazing. I've got some relatively big opinions actually from this time. One of which is that I didn't think the music was very good.
Really?
I think obviously Duel of the Fates is amazing, but otherwise it's like, Darth Sidious is on. It's a bit of the Emperor's music.
Yeah.
And it was like when they start fighting the droids right at the beginning and they're on the Trade Federation ship, it's like it felt like Doctor Who. It's like they couldn't wait to play me some like Star Wars adventure theme. And I was just thinking, they're just beating the shit out of mannequins.
I like
wank.
The Trade Federation is coming music. That's a good bit of music.
It is. It's a shame it's for the Trade Federation.
But that's from the original trilogy.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is kind of what I mean.
Whose music is that? It's not the Imperial March.
No, it's not the Imperial
It's like a different
March.
type of march.
Yeah, but
The
it's
Trade
definitely
Federation
from the original trilogy. I don't know what it's called. But again,
nothing we can say. That's the other thing, because you talked about all the culture of criticism. Someone will have already made a YouTube video about it.
Oh, 100%.
So it kind of feels paralyzing.
Yes.
And I think that some of the more interesting stuff is that bigger take on, if you wanted to tell this story, this is a kind of insane way to do it. And some of the stuff that so I think the only way to do it and without feeling like we're just jumping on a bandwagon, is thinking about some of the stuff that we were saying about the original Star Wars and how much I was enjoying Luke. We were all talking about how good Hamill was in that first film, and the group dynamics. And there's nothing like that in this film, really.
That's really one of the reasons I think it didn't work for me this time, is having just seen the original movies again. And like one of the things I really took away from, I remember us talking about it with A New Hope, just the way the characters interact, especially when they all get together. You know, when Luke, Leia, and Hound get together. The dialogue's so snappy. They're really human. They're like funny and also like quite sharp with one another. And
what was he thinking?
I don't know.
It's so strange.
There's no human character in this who speaks normally.
The Jedi are both. They're always sensing stuff. That's what happens. Oh, I'm sensing that they're scared. Oh, I'm sensing. And Amidala talks like a robot, and Anakin's a child, and Jar Jar is like an idiot.
Yes.
And makes it so difficult. And you remember that there's that really famous like behind the scenes thing of Lucas saying Jar Jar's the key to all this.
Yeah.
And I've always thought relatively sympathetically, maybe he understands the kind of dynamic he's hoping to pull together, and he's thinking, well, and if Jar Jar does all the things I think he will, he'll knit the whole thing together. And obviously he doesn't. Rather than saying like he's the most, well, I don't know if there is a worse version of it than that, but obviously it doesn't. I don't think it works.
I think that's the big thing for me, though. It's just that the characters, the main cast of characters, they talk to each other in such an unusual way that is unrelatable, really. And I feel like it was just George being back. George, who famously hates writing. The very first credit is written and directed by George Lucas, and I feel like this movie could maybe have been directed by George Lucas. I don't know, but like the writing part was a mistake,
massive mistake. But the conception is a big mistake.
Yeah,
even in the original trilogy, the romance is just there two handsome guys. One of them's a bit more worldly, and a really feisty, attractive woman. And what a group dynamic. And here it's like a young, stilted queen who is falling in love with like a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Are you an angel?
Oh, that was tough to watch.
It just didn't need to be this way.
It didn't need to be this way.
That's what hurts.
It could have been anything.
Yeah.
I also hate so much about this film. I really hate Obi-Wan's hair. I really hate it.
Yeah.
Why not give him... And I was thinking about all the actors who could have done it. I think Ewan McGregor's quite good at doing a slightly older Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
But in this one, like, what is the young version of that capable sort of British character? I don't think it's this guy with a flat top and a ponytail. Like all the everything that he invents for this film. I'm going to just calm
Why
down
is
for a
Obi-Wan
second.
just parked on the ship? He's like the one character that is like probably the most exciting character for us, the audience, apart from perhaps an Anakin.
Gonna do the blood?
It's like, why aren't we getting to hang out with him and see a young Obi-Wan? Like that's interesting to me. But I don't think he even speaks to Anakin until he agrees to take him on as his Padawan, a word I hate.
Why does what's his name?
Qui-Gon. I don't know what you can ever say. You see it in your head, I think. It's Qui-Gon.
He doesn't need to exist.
No.
It could just be Obi-Wan.
Yeah. It could. Anyway,
so
we've got to not just hate this movie.
The romance bit, by the way.
What
angel.
romance bit?
I always
Are you an angel?
I always resonated with Anakin a lot because when I was 11 at secondary school, we had like a buddy system.
Yeah.
Where like a year 7 would get paired with like a year 11.
Yeah.
And I had this year 11 buddy when I was in year 7 called Debbie.
Yeah.
My God. I fell in love with her.
Debbie.
I fell in love with her so much.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
That's
Probably like the age difference between... How old's Amidala in this? 15? How old's she supposed to be?
Yeah, I think she's supposed to be
She's younger
15.
than Natalie Portman was, I think.
Oh, yeah. I think she's supposed to be like 15 or something like that. But, I feel like, it's, I don't know. It is like it's written by a child. I mean, it is a child's movie. And it does feel quite
so
childish.
Much more of a
like,
child's movie.
Yes.
Which is, and then the
but
insane
then,
thing.
the Trade Federation and a vote of no confidence. And
The taxation of trade routes to outlying star systems is in dispute. It's the second line of the crawl. And I just think that from then we're in enormous trouble. Also, there's like that threat, and it's actually said twice in the film, is what is it, like your trade franchise will be revoked? That's like the big,
that's it. We'll take away your license.
Whoa.
Then what are you going to do?
And then at the end they say, yeah, now it is going to be revoked. And the trade guy's like, oh, no.
No, so we can't trade?
This is so bad.
Oh, man, but that's what we do.
We love
trade.
I know you won't believe me, but I enjoyed this as a child because I felt like I was able to follow along with a plot that I perceived to be quite grown up and sophisticated.
Okay.
I understood what was going on. I was like, yeah. Oh, and I know why they're blocking the thing. Oh, they're trying to do a maneuver so that they can... And it's Palpatine trying to he's running both sides. Oh my God, this is actually really great.
The children yearn.
I'm not sure if I understand it now.
The Senate bit, I was like, Palpatine wants her to move for a vote of no confidence. Oh, so it's all sort of political and backstabby.
Yeah.
All orchestrated by Palpatine. And I sort of loved the insidious double crossing of him.
Insidious, you say?
He's great.
Darth Insidious.
Palpatine is brilliant, and he's one of, I think, he might be my favourite Star Wars character. He's so deliciously evil when he's the Emperor, and he's such a slimy little... You just see it in every scene where, please, stay here where it's safe. You could move for a vote of no confidence in terms of law.
Just an idea. What's this idea I've had?
It's so brilliantly delivered. So brilliant.
Chancellor Valorum is terrible. Terence Stamp is a brilliant actor.
Yeah.
I think.
What do you mean he's terrible? He only has like a couple of lines.
I know, but this is kind of
What
what
do
I
you
mean.
want him to do,
He's like
the
the
poor
Grand
man?
Chancellor, and then she goes, I move for a vote of no confidence. And then he's like, his face falls. He's like, it's over.
Yeah.
Not like, okay, child, now let me have a speech.
I guess that just is the way it is in the Senate politics. As soon as one declares a vote of no confidence,
It's
you're like,
over.
oh shit, that's the election called now.
Yeah.
Well, he could run in it, though. He doesn't even seem to run. Anyway,
maybe that's not allowed.
God.
Maybe if you've had the vote of no confidence, you can't then run in the next election.
This would be a very. I guess the idea the idea.
So how does
is
the Senate work, George?
Yeah, exactly. The idea is that the Republic is kind of ripe for authoritarianism because it's kind of falling apart, and the Jedi are kind of falling apart.
The bureaucrats. I used to love that word. Oh, bureaucrat. I don't really know what that means, but it's those two guys. They're the bureaucrats.
And like
you can see them doing their corruption live, whispering it in his ear.
And of course, who's paying the bureaucrats?
The Trade Federation.
That's right.
It really feels like a middle-aged liberal's view of, this is how it happens. I hate all of this. I'm going to tell the kids about it.
Yeah, and then when they grow up, they can make sure it doesn't. Oh no, kids!
You've made Trump. That's what the prequel generation has given us. Trump. Well done, George Lucas. The aliens are really racist.
Yes.
There's no two ways around it.
There's no two ways around it, and they still make me laugh loads.
Oh, it's a shame because I really want to do my impressions of them.
Yeah, you could do. Can you do the one about the ventilation shaft?
Is that one racist?
I don't think so. No, just do an impression of it. That one's not racist. They're just.
They got up the ventilation shaft. It might be a bit racist.
I don't know, but again, I can't just quote like other media I've seen about these movies, but just the red letter media video. What's wrong with your face? He's just saying to that person, which I enjoy. They're all awful. I mean. It's a terrible start to a movie. I think it's a terrible start to a movie.
I do. All we've heard about the Jedi ever in those first movies is how, like, the scarcity of them makes them intriguing and exciting. And now there's as many as we want. And they sit around in a circle, and two of them have just gone onto this bland spaceship, and they're in a waiting room for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What
we see two new Force powers that we will never see again.
No, even though at the end of the film...
I didn't notice. I only noticed last night that there are two. The first one, I always thought they used rebreathers, is Force Hold Your Breath.
Yes. Yes. Well, there's actually
why didn't they use Force Hold Your Breath underwater?
I don't know, because they had rebreathers. It doesn't make any sense.
There's a third power, but...
my God.
And then talk about the second one, which is one of our favourites.
The second one is like Force Run Fast.
I saw this time for the first time.
Yeah.
Force Run Fast.
The Force Run Fast.
Wouldn't it be useful later for Obi-Wan to run really fast to catch up to
100%.
Qui-Gon and Darth Maul? But he doesn't.
But he'd already been used. He'd used a Force jump to get up that high.
That's
and
true.
maybe his Force was on a little bit of a cooldown. He'd used
empty.
too much MP.
He isn't a Jedi Knight at that point, to be fair, so he doesn't have the...
It's probably like level 12.
He's only got one bar.
He's only got one bar, he doesn't have the second bar.
And he probably was able to use Force Run previously because he was in close proximity to Qui-Gon, who's a Force Master.
Yeah.
And is able to just
who's
like
cast Sentinel to like...
Yes, disseminate some of his Force.
Yes.
He's cast Haystega on Obi-Wan. He doesn't know what that is.
Yeah.
The one you've missed is Force fall down quite a long way, which they do from the ventilation shaft.
Yes, that's true.
Because they land,
that's just a jump down.
They land quietly and they move at a strange angle. So I would say it's actually a Force
I think
power.
that's just bad CG. I don't think that's not a Force power.
Bad CG. I'm not sure.
When they jump out the ventilation shaft,
I think it's an unnatural long.
Out.
It's an unnaturally long way.
I don't.
Force land. I will get maybe if it's not a jump.
This is like, I just thought this was really strange. I've always wondered about this, and I don't know if it's just nitpicky, but like I just didn't understand. You're introducing this new droid.
Give it two names.
Give it two names.
TC-14.
Not TC-14, who I have no strong feelings about, although I don't know why TC-14 comes out and is like, oh, sorry, and they're in there. No, the droid Dakars.
The droid Dakars.
AKA destroyers.
So I looked on the subtitle, because I was like, why are they saying a different word? And it is, it's just a completely different word. It's droid, ECKA.
Yeah.
Droidica.
And I understand like different species might have different words for things, but at the same time, this is not a documentary, it's a movie. So why don't they say, get the destroyer droids? And then he goes, oh my God, destroyer droids.
Sometimes
or why don't they both
droidicas.
go droidicars? Like, it's a cool word. No problem with it. It's just a weird choice. And this movie's just full of weird choices like that just make me go, why?
It's because it's not very well made. The thing that which upset me as well at the beginning, the first thing that Obi-Wan says is, takes his hood down and says, I've got a bad feeling.
To open with that.
I just think it's too much of a wink.
It is.
And the film leans so heavily on all of the old stuff. Ooh.
It
This
does.
is the first time we see two Jedi talking since Yoda and Obi-Wan
Yes.
in Empire of Jedi, wherever the Jedi, I guess they talk. And it's, I just think it's really badly conceived and doesn't make me feel excited about the Jedi. Like they're so diminished by their depiction in these films.
Yeah, I think I definitely feel that way.
But we get to see like actual Jedi training happening. We get to see Qui-Gon coaching Obi-Wan.
Right,
Learning
okay,
on the job.
I wasn't
But
sure.
Master Yoda told me to be mindful of the future, but not at the expense of the moment, my young Padawan.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, this is how they do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't-
Teaching him.
I didn't mind that. Yeah,
I think seeing it is always going to be worse than the suggestion of it, unless it's really good.
the problem again is that in the original movies, we're told that the Jedi are this sort of mysterious. Well, the last of a dying race. I don't know. They made it to sound quite sparse and mysterious, even at their kind of heyday. I thought,
Yeah.
but then we're shown.
They're like myth and legend.
Well, we're going to see loads of them in the next movie, and the council and
They're not, and ultimately, people talk about this with the new Star Wars TV shows as well. Like, what was the one?
which TV show?
Which one was the one with the
Ahsoka?
not the other one?
Oh yeah,
They cancelled with the two twins,
I haven't seen it.
Divergence, and there's some great fights in it. But there's a couple of Jedi who are just really bad. They're like, has to be. Because if you have a group of like 7 Jedi, they can't all be really good.
No.
But the whole point is they're supposed to all be really good.
Yeah,
Jedi are they're like Premier League footballers.
Right, they're all
Right.
brilliant.
All of them are amazing at football, but
Yeah.
like
Some of them.
not everyone is Mace Windu or Yoda, right?
I
Yeah.
thought you were naming a footballer then.
No.
I was like, Mace?
if the Jedi are like
Mason
Premier
Greenwood.
League footballers, what are the battle droids like? Children, because it's just so laughable.
Battle
how
droids.
The battle droids.
No, they're like League 2.
like Captain Panaka's like, there's too many of them, and then Qui-Gon's like, it won't be a problem.
We'll
for
just
us.
wave our sticks
And
around.
they just walk in there, smash every battle droid to bits every time.
Battle droids are rubbish.
They are. That's what I'm saying. They're like children compared to Premier League footballers.
Yeah, maybe Sunday League.
Sunday League.
Yeah.
I would also say that they're quite bad for the film because they don't have leaving the CG stuff aside, they all look identical and there's no sense of, you get that, I think we talk about Lord of the Rings a lot and just the sense of detail and sort of texture that comes through from having a bunch of people who are wearing real chainmail or just like proper props and whatever. So you lose all of the real world sort of element of them, but also like they are like matchstick men. You really don't care it's very difficult to give a fuck. And they never kill anyone.
My dad's big complaint, this is maybe one of the only times I've ever heard my dad complaining about a film. He was like, oh, it doesn't make sense that there's droids. Why did they then go and, like, the cost of actually employing humans to then be the stormtroopers? If they just had droids, just
Right.
use the droids.
Your dad is right.
That's what my dad said. And I was like,
Automation
shut
doesn't-
up, Dad.
Well, it does
Automation
feel
doesn't
weird.
work in reverse.
No.
It's like going from self-service checkouts to maybe there was like a retro revolution though, and everyone in the Star Wars world was like, oh, I really like vinyl and being served by a human.
Yeah.
Let's get the people back in.
In a way, that would have been.
Let's shoot the people.
It would have
bits.
been more interesting if we'd started with clones and everyone was like, oh, they're bringing in these. Now, what the ethical problem of we just got all these, like, we've got armies and armies of meat that we don't need anymore and they're quite dangerous. That would have been an interesting science fiction concept.
Yes. Yeah.
But we got this one instead.
Yeah.
It's difficult throughout the whole trilogy to, like, sometimes the stormtroopers are kind of good and then they're bad. And the droids, I guess, are always bad. It's really difficult with the whole machination of Palpatine.
Well, the droids are just, they belong to the Trade Federation, right? The droids.
Yeah.
And the Trade Federation is just this state that trades.
They're like
I
a
don't know.
Quango.
Yeah.
And
Not
they've
sure.
got-
That's a word I've heard but never
And they've
understood.
just got some droids. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, now they can't trade anymore. What are they going to do?
No.
They can still fight.
They can, just go around. Maybe they can be the Invasion Federation now.
So they're just like a group of.
But they're obviously a race as well. A Quango, by the way, is a quasi-autonomous non-governmental organisation,
Right.
which they sort of are. But they're also a race,
Ye-
obviously, because they're racist.
Yes.
So we know they're a race.
That's true. Well, but we only see them. We don't see the whole federation. There
It's
might
a
be.
bit weird that there aren't like some humans in there.
Yeah.
Twi'lek.
Maybe there are. We just don't see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just choice, isn't it?
It's ventilation shaft is the same race as the Viceroy and the
I wasn't
stunted
sure.
slime.
Isn't he just the guy wearing those eye things?
Maybe. It's not clear.
He's just wearing goggles and a mouthpiece.
It's not clear. It's not clear. Imagine if that was your desk, though. That's the like. I'll be typing and I've got a terminal. Yeah. And to use the terminal effectively, you just got to put on the mouthpiece
and screw these into your eye sockets.
Right. Isn't it shift work though? Doesn't someone? Yeah, someone else was just using them, and then in your pop.
Is it
off
any
you go.
different to our headphones? Is it?
Well, we don't tend to share our headphones too
That's
much.
true. That would be disgusting.
But although maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
So here's the line about revoking their franchise. Oh, do we think that the thing that Qui-Gon, or whatever the fuck his name is doing with the door, is that a force power? Or is it just hold your lightsaber?
He's just melting it with his lightsaber.
I thought that bit was cool.
But he's really concentrating.
Yeah, I thought that bit was cool. And in my memory, he asked for Obi-Wan's lightsaber as well, and that's how he managed to get almost through the blast doors. He used two. He didn't do that.
No.
That was my memory playing tricks on me. But I thought that was like a cool thing, you know. I don't know. Lightsabers could do with a bit more. They're very mysterious, and I thought, like, yeah, we've probably wondered at this point for 20 years, like, what can a lightsaber cut through? Can it cut through anything?
That is true.
And
I do remember this being a bit of a. People were like, "Ooh, lightsabers."
Yeah.
Ooh, in the cinema. Lightsabers, I thought watching this time make almost no sense in this world as conceived by George Lucas. No one else is wearing, like, what made me think it was the scene with Darth Maul when he attacks. And you've been training with a lightsaber for 40 years, and you never see anyone else with one. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And then suddenly there's a guy with one, and you're like, fucking hell, he's also got a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Thank God I've been training for decades.
Yeah.
Just in case this happened. We haven't seen one for a millennium, for literally hundreds of years.
Yeah.
But thank God I've been training all this time with my stick.
I think that must happen, though. I think that must happen in the real world. People train for ages for a situation that only happens.
I just don't think they're training with swords when everyone's you know what I mean? You don't get like the most powerful people.
It's an elegant weapon.
In World War One. We're not running around. I mean, they did have some sabers, but they all died.
Yeah. But it can reflect blaster bolts. I mean, that's cool.
It is quite cool, isn't it? But you would just have a gun.
Yeah. I can imagine, like, you know, using it, but then not being prepared for fighting someone else with one. And you're like, oh, God, okay. You're not firing any bolts at me. So you're just sort of waving it around.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm much more used to just force running
back
and then deflecting bolts.
I'm going to force hold my breath until I pass out.
You get out of here.
And do you think at any point we're supposed to not know that Palpatine is Darth Sidious?
Only if you're a child, I think, because he looks immediately exactly like the Emperor, and they play his music.
Yeah, but but more like, you know, when we first are introduced to Darth Sidious as, like, you know, just
he looks
the
exactly
bit
like
of face,
the
and
Emperor.
then later we'll meet. Yes, you're supposed to think.
Palpatine is called Palpatine.
Yes,
Is the Emperor called Palpatine in Return of the Jedi? Do we hear him
That's a good
named
question.
as Palpatine?
But,
I think so.
But also, I mean, just if you're a child who's never seen Star Wars before, are you putting those two people together? Are you putting the guy who's the hologram with the Chancellor
Maybe
together?
not. You could
what I'm
see
wondering.
it, but
Yeah.
I don't think a child would necessarily see it.
No.
It's so, and who is this for? I genuinely don't know the answer. It's such a strange thing to run. It's like, because it's not actually intriguing.
No.
So why do it?
But the Palpatine thing.
Yeah, it's not. All I'm seeing is, I don't know. It's like it's not engaging in any way.
No.
'Cause I just see it's like, oh, that's how he did it. I don't know. I still don't know anything about Darth Sidious or where he came from. And would that be interesting? Maybe. Would it be interesting? I don't know. The explanation for where the Sith, they've just been gone for thousands of years, and now they're just back. And it's this guy from Naboo.
And always two there are, no more, no less. It's just a stupid thing.
It's
to say.
so stupid. They're literally talking about one of them being dead. Well, there's only one now, isn't there?
Also, I was thinking, if he just says always two there are, like, that's fine. That's not absolute. You know,
Yeah,
like
I know.
you could go. I get what he means. Like, yeah. So now we'll get another one.
It was the first time I was really struck by it. They were literally like, well, who is that guy we killed? Don't know, but there's always two of them. No, literally always two. Well, there's one now.
Yeah, no, there won't be. There won't be. There can't be.
I think you're taking too much into this. It's just a cool little cut there. Which one was destroyed, the Master or the Apprentice? And then it cuts to Palpatine's face.
I think that's fine.
And the Qui-Gon's burning in the background.
This is
and you
such
see his
a
profile. It's just a cool
But
little
Rob,
bit.
this has been
that's-
such a problem for all Star Wars storytelling since. Like, how can they be the big enemy of the Jedi if there can only ever be two of them? It's ridiculous.
There are literally thousands of Jedi, and
But then he won against the Jedi, didn't he?
like I said, always two there are. I can understand that.
But there are more than two.
Yeah.
Because what's their Darth fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex or whatever the fuck is
Darth
Tyrannus.
Tyrannus.
Yeah, what's he doing now?
He's not a fully fledged Sith. Maybe it's like the Jedi, and there's lots of Sith younglings in training. And when an apprentice or a master is killed, one of the Sithlings
Yeah.
then becomes a fully fledged Sith in some kind of ceremony.
Maybe it meant they always operate in pairs. That I could get behind. Anyway.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
They should
always
have said
two
that.
there are.
Not only two.
Not only two. Sorry,
Is
there are
this what you-
loads
is
of
that what-
Sith.
Is that what you meant, Yoda?
That's what
Mace
they said
Windu
in
would
the
say.
scene. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not just two.
No, there's loads.
No, loads there are.
Yeah, loads there are. But then the Jedi's the same as well, in a way. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Because they're like, Qui-Gon, you
So
can't have
basically
two
they would be like-
Padawans.
so Yoda, you're saying it's exactly like us.
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
is what you're saying.
Yes.
True that is.
Yeah, true. That is. You could
Shouldn't have said
So you
anything.
didn't really just say anything at all, did you?
But then,
just wanted to say something.
Why would Yoda know? Because he's, 900 years old?
Yeah.
Less than that in this film.
800,
And
yeah.
so by the whole... He's never met a Sith before.
It's probably written down, isn't it? But yeah, you're right. You are right. When you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
Should they have cameras in this future, by the way? I don't like that. They've got like
Cameras?
flying cameras at the pod racing. Sorry, there's just something else which really upset me. Just those flying yellow cameras. They're just flying around being cameras. They look like they're from the Jetsons.
There's lots of stuff. There's lots of questionable tech in this. It's a real problem with going backwards. We're going backwards in time. Is you want to innovate, but you have to do it backwards, and I don't know that it works that
I feel like we're not proceeding because the next thing that happens is that Jar Jar Binks arrives.
Yeah. One thing that happens is Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon agree to split up and meet back up on the planet for no reason whatsoever.
I'd forgotten that
And then meet up immediately. So it's like, why did you bother doing that? But it doesn't matter. They meet Jar Jar. Could you defend Jar Jar, Rob?
I just don't have any strong opinions.
Okay,
He's
that's
just a-
fine.
he's just
It's not,
a-
I'm not accusing
He's
you
just
of
a
anything.
goofy character in a kid's movie.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what's wrong with him.
Why have they made all the Gungans so difficult to understand? There are the odd there's the odd sentence where I'm like, I really don't know what you're trying to say
I
there.
just think this is kind of, like in The Hobbit, where there's that awful character who just constantly appears in the third film.
Bilbo.
No. That terrible bastard.
Oh,
You
the
know, that
sneaky,
guy.
snivelling.
Horrible. And it's just because Peter Jackson thought it was funny.
The mayor's, the guy who's in drag and he's got his tits full
And
of gold.
Peter Jackson at this point, he's obviously powerful enough and influential enough that no one can say, Peter, I don't know if we should have this character in this film. And George Lucas by this stage is just, I just think there's going to be no more thing than George Lucas thinking it's funny. The kids were like this, weren't they? Just a race of people who talk a little bit funny.
Do you know, and
That's
I
what
will
the kids
give
like.
I will give credit to George Lucas because I think he's taking these enormous swings in this film.
Yeah.
And he's trusting himself. And there's loads of stuff when you watch documentaries with him about control, like all of the stuff with the models. Everyone loves how the ships and the world looks in those first movies. And I think that he had loads of trouble with working with those teams and getting those shots out and giving control over to other people. So having it all in CG and I think makes total sense. And I think that we only get Darth Maul because he's gone, I'm just going to make this new character. Darth Maul's fucking brilliant. He's really, really good. And, if the same mind is saying, and I have to back myself, I also think Jar Jar Binks is really fun. The thing which I think has gone wrong is, that's, I think, a misjudgment, but also that the film, like you said, Rob, is like, definitely, you see the pod racing and the way that, the fact that Anakin says yippee twice in the film, just the way that everyone celebrates things, the whole tone of the film is more for children than I think the original
Definitely.
films are. And I think that when you put that together with just taking a swing and it going wrong, you get Jar Jar Binks. So this is like the second time in a year and a half I've seen the film, and I think he's He's inexplicable. He's so bad. He's inexplicably bad. I feel like, I don't know if he's as racist as the Trade Federation guys, but there is like a patois, like a Jamaican Caribbean thing going on with all of the Gungans.
Yeah.
And he's the worst one. And I really don't like that sort of, there's like this gap of logic where it's like, well, they all have these really strong mannerisms, but even within his people, he's been exiled for being a complete idiot.
Yeah. I mean, he was almost killed by his father, or I can't remember. He was going to kill himself.
Nearly killed himself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
George
Oh, yeah.
George R. Binks.
Jar Jar. Yeah. George R. Binks. Oh, God, I wish we could have met him. That would be great.
George. This is so great. George R. Binks. Unbelievable. What does the R stand for?
I don't know.
Regret.
Yes.
The two things that happen which just I can't find them funny. I hate him so much. When he says "excuse me,"
Squeeze me. Yeah.
and when he dives into the water,
Yeah.
and the dive is like this big twisting. It
Yeah.
is like it is like a child would decide that.
Yeah.
And then he does a big jump. He does a big twist.
What
and
about
then
he
dives
swims
in
with
the
his
water.
ears as well?
I don't think I'd even ever noticed
That's brilliant.
that he swims with his ears.
Gungan City, I think, is a really cool idea, but in reality, it just seems to be a bunch of lobbies strewn together. Like, I was looking really hard to try and see, like, where does anyone live? What is this place?
I don't understand it, right? One, it's a hidden city, and
Yeah.
it takes them about 2 minutes of swimming, and then they're there from just the point they happen to be on the planet,
Yeah.
on a whole planet. The other thing is they don't breathe underwater, so they've
No.
constructed this incredibly expensive. How do they maintain that? And at the end, he's talking about the mechanics of the Naboo. You've built an underwater metropolis.
Yeah.
What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah, but they are just bubbles, ultimately. Like,
Why
just-
were you
They're
just
good at
live in
generating those
bubbles?
bubble shields.
That's true.
The
Maybe
bubble
they've
shield
just-
is amazing technology. Fantastic.
It is
yeah.
I do
great.
love those
Yeah,
balls
maybe
as
they've
well.
just been sort of, maybe they didn't always live down there, but they were just sort of forced down there by the oppressive humans who also live on Naboo.
Maybe
Yeah.
you're right.
I think it's a cool
dark
idea. I just, like I
past.
said, the actual design of it, there's nothing there. It's just walkways leading to more walkways leading to one room.
It is very kind of, Flash Gordon, a race of people you'd find underwater.
Can you imagine just like, it's just a cool image, isn't it?
Yes.
You go underwater and there's all those golden bubbles lit up,
Yeah.
and the music's all like,
Very cool.
oh, great. And then you're like George Lucas doing a junket, and someone's like, so how do they structure themselves? What do the walkways do? It's like, for fuck's sake, guys.
Yeah.
It's a fucking bubble city underwater.
There's
with
a bit you
people in
couldn't
it.
see where everyone lives.
Christ.
Everyone lives in a bit you can't see.
But this is the thing. As soon as the big fucking boss goes, "Ugh," then I've got loads of other questions. Whereas if he didn't do that, I wouldn't give.
Yeah,
a fuck.
is that just him? Is that like a ceremonial?
Is there
like
something wrong with him?
like they don't have a gavel.
Is
They
he
have,
dying?
If he wobbles his jowls,
He's
then
definitely
that's
the boss,
final
isn't he?
word.
That one.
He's
Well,
literally
it's called
is he
Boss
called-
Nass.
He's called Boss Nass, but also no other Gungan looks like him.
Yeah, he's
That's
bigger.
true.
He's just-
But is he Boss Nass? Or is his name Boss Nass?
Yeah.
Or is he Boss?
His dad
Nass?
was Bisnass,
Bis Arnas.
and he did business as.
Bis Arnas. Qui-Gon in this movie.
Oh, he's really
Is
bad.
he allowed to just do as much Jedi mind tricks as he's doing?
The
Anyone he
ethics.
comes across, he's like, just do what I want. Just do what I want. Like, look, I want to...
No, he isn't.
He is. Boss Nassie's doing it.
Does he do it to Boss Nass?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
goes
When?
like, we need to go through the planet core. You need to give us some
I
transport.
think Qui-Gon's obviously quite a bit of a renegade Jedi, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
The council,
Don't
the
defy the
council.
council.
Are like, oh, he's
Not
defied the
again.
council again. He just does what he wants, Qui-Gon.
God, he defies
He's
the council.
responsible for the deaths of billions of people.
Is he?
Right, yeah, because he finds Anakin, he insists on training him.
Yeah,
That leads to the deaths of billions of people
Yeah.
later on in the future, isn't it?
yeah.
He's
Not
just
As we
Qui-Gon's fault.
did you watch the Obi-Wan series, Rob?
No.
Well, in the Obi-Wan series, you learn that he actually can come back as a Force ghost. So he's seeing that as well. He's seeing it
It's
all.
Liam Neeson in the Obi-Wan series.
I think it might be a CG Liam Neeson. Maybe it is him.
No, it's real.
It's like, it's the most throwaway thing. It's right at the end of the series. He like pops out from like behind a rock or something, and he's like, to see Obi-Wan.
Hello there.
Yeah, and it had a real sense. I think he's actually got his back to Obi-Wan and he turns around. It has a real sense like he's having a piss in the desert.
As a Force Ghost.
Yeah, it's a Force Ghost.
The Force Ghosts need to sit down, as we established in Jedi.
Yeah.
And
so maybe they do need to have a wee as well.
I think they must.
It's weird that they're on the ground.
Yeah.
That is a strange... I've written down that his lines, especially in the big, where you're in a big studio with like green screens everywhere, they've got a bit of a sense of sort of early 2000s or late 90s video game cutscenes.
Yeah.
He's speaking quite quietly and the light's very bright.
Yeah.
They don't look good.
The movie's a real mix of quality effects and poor quality effects, I think. It's and even within the same scene, just a change of shot in the green screen or blue screen is like super apparent, but then I think the pod race is like technically amazing.
I love the sound of it.
The sound
Same.
throughout the movie is excellent. Like the sound design is still incredible. The sound of things, those blaster bolts pinging off the shield, and it's very, very cool. I think Nate's going through his notes of hate.
I'm just moving on to the next.
Well, the next thing is they take a bongo through the planet core.
What's a bongo?
Yeah. And it struck me that we just never in a cockpit in this movie, really. Like not in the way we were in the. It felt like such a big part of the original trilogy.
You're in a pod racing one, and then
but I mean, a group of characters in a cockpit, like the Millennium Falcon.
There's the guy later on who's like showing Anakin all of the controls of the Republic ship.
Yes.
And that one controls the thrusters.
Do you know the sort of
Yeah,
like,
jungle.
I started laughing when I saw him. Do you know about him?
No.
Just people have noticed that he's like exposition man. He only can say what is happening. He never offers an opinion or even like, he just says exactly what is happening. And as soon as you've been told that, anytime he's on screen, it's just hilarious.
He says, you catch on quick to Anakin.
He does say that.
That's an opinion of sorts.
Potentially.
But it's also what's happening.
But it is what's happening. He's
telling the
quick.
audience, right, this kid catches on quick. It's Ralph Brown, who is Danny in Withnell and I. He's also in Wayne's World, but playing the same character.
I just can't imagine that this is a unique thing for characters as inconsequential as that to just be there to tell the audience bits of information.
I'm not saying it is unique.
Like I just feel like every single tiny facet of this film, this guy, fuck that guy, there's going to be loads of characters.
100%. I'm not
In
saying
all of cinema.
I'm not. In no way have I suggested this is a unique problem to this film. It's just that I said it was pointed out to me, and so when I see him on the screen, that's immediately what I think about, and it's just funny to me.
What's his name in this?
Don't know.
No, me neither. Not Captain Panaka.
No, not Captain
got a
Panaka.
great name.
Look, I was going to say, I like the little bit in the bongo. It's nice to have a group of characters back in a cockpit. We're flying around. Don't laugh at bongo. And but it's just unforgivable to me that he uses the same trick twice.
This is all I've written down.
It's just bad.
It's very
like
odd.
once I think is okay. Once is okay. Once would be fun.
Yeah.
Why? It doesn't need to happen
There's
twice.
always a bigger fish. To spell this out, there's a creature that's chasing them, and then a bigger one eats it.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Whoa!" There's always a bigger fish, and then cut away to something else, come back, and then it happens again with
exactly
two
the
even
same
bigger
thing
things.
happens again.
It is unusual to do that.
Yes.
That's really unusual.
This was Jar Jar's best bit of the film. The most relatable, the most human thing Jar Jar does is when they escape and he's just there rubbing his eyes and going like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, what a day. How can this day get any worse? That's the
think-
best bit of dialogue he does in the whole film.
the-
I
noise.
think that that Qui-Gon like neck pinches him into unconsciousness. It's the first time I've seen it.
We forced a little force choke.
Like like Jar Jar's, kind of C-3POing in there, like, oh my God, whoa. And Qui-Gon just needs him to be quiet, and he seems to put his arm on his shoulder, and then he passes out, and then Obi-Wan says, "You overdid it." I think you overdid it, or I think he overdid it. Now I think.
Missed that.
I think it's
Qui-Gon's-
Qui-Gon.
He's more of a rebel than we think.
Yeah,
He's
I
just
think it's
force
Qui-Gon.
shocked him. I noticed something in this film this time which I'd not seen before, which is that Jar Jar's eyes are on top of his head.
Yeah.
And the eye lines work,
Yes.
but it does make it look like everyone is staring just over his head.
Yeah.
I found it incredibly distracting this time.
Yeah.
And I wish that he was dead.
Well, now he is. This was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Well, they absolutely
He's
annihilate
definitely dead.
him completely, don't they? From here on in, like he's like a little. He's in the Senate in Attack of the Clones.
He has a really consequential vote, doesn't he? Like
He looks like a dog trying to be serious in those scenes. It's so rubbish.
Imagine getting the script for the next one. Like, just 2 pages for you. I was such a big part of this first movie.
People, are they enjoying it?
Don't go outside. It's better to stay
For
inside.
20 years.
Again, I keep.
Don't go on the internet.
Remembering seeing that behind the scenes interview of Ahmed Best, just being so excited. Like, it's the first time we've had an outright funny character in Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's the line that sticks in my head all the time. And the actual funny characters are in this film. C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yeah.
That's a great bit of the film, I think, when they meet each other for the first time.
C-3PO is still funny. My parts are showing.
That is a great line. Naked? My parts are showing.
The invading army comes to Naboo. I've
Yes.
written down, and I've also written down that it's difficult to get a sense of the stakes of it because we don't really know Naboo
No.
and all the army, all the Trade Federation. It's all a bit like there's loads of pomp and circumstance to it, and it's like this big sort of landing scene. But I didn't really find myself caring. The body double thing was weird as well, wasn't it?
The body double thing
It's
is
a bit
really
like
weird.
the Sidious thing. Sort of like in a good film, those two things might parallel each other and you might be like, ooh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. But in this film, I think it's slightly confusing. And then a couple of scenes in, it's pretty obvious. And then she's still talking with Natalie Portman's voice, which is quite unusual.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, again, this is the key thing. It wasn't obvious enough that it's like the film is showing you it's happening. But also it's obvious enough that when it mentions it at the end, you're not like, whoa, there's been 2 of them the whole time.
I'm not sure. I think that this was a surprise when I first watched the movie. I think as soon as you know, you can't.
But you know the Queen is walking around on Tatooine. You know that's not a handmaiden.
I don't know if you know.
Because you know that Natalie Portman's in this film and that's Natalie Portman.
Yeah. But
So are you just like, oh, that handmaiden looks exactly like the Queen? Because that's Natalie Portman.
well, it's a good question.
How famous was Natalie Portman at this point?
She done Leon?
Not very famous, I wouldn't say.
I remember thinking, oh, Natalie Portman's in this film.
Yeah, but
From
you-
Leon, the film I've watched.
Yeah, well, I hadn't watched Leon, and I remember thinking I don't know who Natalie Portman is. So
Yeah.
we'll agree to disagree.
Swings and roundabouts.
I don't know if Leon was like a huge
It was
hit.
pretty. It was pretty big if you were into movies. And
Yes.
I was only 17, 18 and
Yeah.
I wasn't like big film guy. I
Of
don't
course, Keira Knightley plays the body double. And
Yes.
apparently when they were both in their makeup, I think it was Keira Knightley's parents, they couldn't tell Keira Knightley and Natalie Portman apart. Apparently that's the urban myth.
I saw that.
Because they both look so alike.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure they do, really.
I think it's pretty good. I think the makeup is doing a lot of the work because obviously it's so striking and weird.
The dub is doing the big work, and she's got such a
dub's
Are they
quite
actually
bad.
dubbed?
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
It's
realise
such
that.
a strange, distinctive way of talking when she's playing the
Yes.
Queen.
She's like it's like Bruce Wayne Batman, isn't it?
yeah,
Queen Amidala. Because when she's Padmé, she's talking normally.
yes,
And then she's like, okay, I'm putting on my bat suit now.
yeah.
And then
It's
she
weird.
gets
It's
her-
another choice.
She gets her, stately voice.
She's incredibly cold, I thought. Like, Anakin it seems like she's built a real friendship with Anakin by the end of Tatooine. And he goes to say goodbye to her, but she's the queen at that point and obviously
Yeah.
can't let him know. So, and she's just like, we're able to let her know.
Yeah,
And she just turns and walks away.
That's her duty.
I
voice.
just felt she could have said, I understand she's not going to go, it's actually me. But I felt like she could just say something a bit nicer. And maybe even crack like a half smile, like a... she doesn't need to give it away.
In a good script, she'd have said something which let him, but no one else.
And he'd go,
It'd be
"Hang on."
something about angels,
Yeah.
or something, and he'd be like,
How did she
"Whoa,
know that?
That's amazing."
Yes. Very true.
That's happening on Naboo.
She just didn't think that quickly, I guess.
They are basically immediately. I feel like this bit. It's just nothing going on. They're immediately rescued.
They go into the hangar and there's a big fight with all the droids.
Yeah, they're immediately rescued by the Jedi. It's so easy. It's fine. I think it's
just
okay.
Walking around. There's like close-up shots of them. Like you can just see that they're reacting to nothing.
Obi-Wan's practically whistling.
The droids are falling apart.
Yeah. And Exposition Man takes the controls and they fly off in their
and R2's
Royal
there.
Cruiser. And R2's there. And so is R5, I think. The red one.
Do you think it's literally the same one?
I don't know.
That would explain some things about later on. If they're in,
no, it can't be the same one because
it
gets shot off of the.
Because
maybe that's how he got a bad motor.
R5,
a really bad motor.
Y9 or something, and the other R5 we see is C1.
Yeah,
they have the R5 is, I guess, like the brand of R unit that they are.
Yeah.
And then the second sequence of numbers is their personal identifier.
I got you. I like the idea. I like that that's their job. I like that they are there to go out onto the outside of the ship and repair stuff. That
you would never make them this shape if that's what they were there to do, and give them little wheels.
Well,
but that's fine.
As we'll find out, R2's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
He does.
Not just wheels.
I don't like that his hero moment is pure luck. I feel like I don't know how I would characterize that. It feels like a real sort of kids film, sort of, make it so that he's doing something, or he's
the one
like the others just get blasted.
They
away
make it sound like he's done something quite inventive. Like, that little droid's done it. He bypassed what a great idea. Like, that's good. But ultimately,
the idea that a queen is saying thank you to like a computer as well.
But it's not the queen. I thought this was really funny. It's the body double, and she gets the queen to clean R2. Like, just get one of the other handmaids to do it. I'd be like, really, milady, are you sure I should do that?
Give this small droid a little hand job.
There's definitely some kind of tension between the body double and the queen here. So while I'm dressed up as the queen, I'm going to make you do some shit.
Who should clean the droid? I think Padmé. I think you should do it, not Sabe or any others.
Isn't the queen in the other movies? Right, I'm not hallucinating this. Her name is literally Padmé.
Yeah.
So like her disguised name is her name. It's like if you were King David Jackson,
right,
and then your disguised name was David.
No, but
her name's Padmé Amidala, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying. My handmaiden, also Padmé. What?
So this would be like if Queen Elizabeth II
was in disguise,
had a body double,
called Liz.
While she was being the maid, she was called Liz. Yeah.
Little Lizzie.
Yeah. R2. It's a shame. I like the droids are great.
I think the Force was with him. Like there's just something.
He's a droid.
There's this group of characters, isn't there, that just seemingly constantly comes back together, and that's obviously because of they're the characters and that's the plot. But the Force is both part of the fiction, but also,
do you know why I don't
a good narrative excuse for like these characters happening, but always getting their luck.
But the Force is a field generated by all living beings, and R2 isn't alive. That would be why.
The Force can still help because it is helping him.
The Force is
willing
R2
to
willing the Jedi to
survive.
Live. The Force has no will, but
it says it does.
But R2 is just shoehorned into this movie so that we all go R2, and so C-3PO,
and you see it. And Obi-Wan's there.
It just don't need to be there.
And the same as going to Tatooine now.
Yeah.
I think one of the big things about the guy who sort of reconceived the scripts that you would sort of obliquely mention at the beginning of this pod, I think one of the things is that it shouldn't be on Tatooine.
Right.
And if he doesn't say it, then someone else has, and it's true.
Right.
Just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Why does he have to come from Tatooine? It makes everything so much more of a coincidence. It makes it so... It just seems less...
Yeah.
Because they've still got the sets maybe from Tatooine, some of the little stone huts.
Maybe
we just use those again.
I quite liked
being on Tatooine, and I enjoyed the fact that we got to see just more of Tatooine society, like the pod races. Everyone's betting on the pod races.
Yeah. Jar Jar treads in some shit.
He does. We got to see Watto's shop with all of the bits and pieces.
Watto is also racist.
Yeah, I keep hearing this as well. But there's just, I like it. I like the huts. That's controlled by the huts. And it's like this little renegade planet outside of Republic control.
I feel like you just recolor everything so that it's. I like the pod racing. I like the gambling. It could be on almost any other planet. I think I would enjoy it more than it. So we didn't see any of this stuff before, and the huts weren't really even in the first movie. I don't know.
Just a little bit of fan service, isn't it? Even the Tusken Raiders are just there for a second or two.
That's literally what they are.
Just shooting the pod.
Just
it's
there.
like it's so video gamey. That part of the track, there's Tusken Raiders there, and they'll just shoot you. Yeah. They'll just try and shoot you. So you got to
just for the lols as well. They just think it's hilarious,
and they're shaking their guns.
This is when we first see Darth Maul. He's great. I really like him. He's good. He says that he wants to destroy the Jedi.
Yeah, that's his music.
I do think I can't help but think of Peter Serafinowicz and the whole in the VO booth and just getting Zero, just make him sound really evil or whatever. Evil. But I just was listening to his voice and just thinking that I couldn't shake that image.
Sounds really evil.
Just like it's just a ridiculous situation.
Is it one line?
It's like two lines. Yeah. It probably took him 10 minutes to record those lines, if that, with that kind of direction. But it just made. I think Darth Maul looks cool, and fights cool, but isn't that cool?
There's nothing else to him.
There's nothing else to him.
Exactly. That's all there was to Darth Vader. And that's all you need. Just make him look cool. Make him real evil. That's it. That's all I wanted. Just make some cool fucking evil guys and make them fight good guys.
Darth Vader says stuff. Darth Maul just says nothing.
I don't mind.
Apart from, Also, I didn't understand how they found them on Tatooine. Palpatine's like, the Sith have ways. But then he says Maul says something like, if the tracker's right, then I should find them very quickly. It sounded like it was going to be kind of force, like we're going to sense where they are. And then it was kind of like, but I've actually just sent out some droids, some probes.
I don't actually know.
I don't actually care.
No.
But it's all a bit. I feel like things are just said in this movie, and damned be the consequences. But, when you're making a prequel, it's not that easy. It's not that simple to just say stuff.
Well, as much I know, we're verging on annoying Rob.
I think we might
by criticising this, but I will say if you choose to layer in these things, you were inviting this kind of nitpicking. There's a way of doing it really well. Some stuff's done it really well, and I think you just have to be a little bit careful and a little bit respectful of the thing which you have made. And if you're just doing it for some easy wins, then you're inviting this kind of stuff.
So we meet Anakin
fuck him.
at Watto's shop, and he says, "Yippee!
I love money. I just love money."
And he says, "Are you an angel?" He's just hitting on Padmé.
Yeah,
which is weird.
Hey, yo, are you an angel?
Yeah. They said, the reason I thought you might be is because the Deep Space pilots were talking about them. They said they were most beautiful creatures in the whole universe. So that's why I thought you might be one. It's like, shut up.
Are you an angel? And there's no sense of religion or Christianity in this film. Like the Force is the religion.
Yeah.
There are no such things as angels in the Star Wars universe. Are you an angel?
Well, maybe an angel's a race that the Deep Space pilots have seen who are just the angel race.
But for us as
who are hot
humans
in deep space.
They're like space sirens.
You know that the Deep Space pilots just say that to sort of explain away the loneliness. Isn't it really lonely out there? No, in fact, there's really hot race of angels.
A whole planet of them.
Well, it's like sailors.
I know where they are.
It's like sailors and sirens or mermaids. Right?
Yes, exactly.
But it is a clanging
which
line.
are believed to actually be manatees. Which
fucking sailors. God almighty. It must get lonely out there on the sea.
Hey, you
a mermaid. She was a mermaid, I tell you. Yeah, oh man, Anakin. There he is, though.
A woman with a fish's tail.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was.
Much better. And Qui-Gon here just flying by the seat of his pants with this plan.
I hate this whole thing. When I was this, I think was when I was. I remember distinctly a feeling of watching this for the very first time and just thinking that we've always seen the Jedi as incredibly cunning and powerful, and the whole of this, like, I'll make a bed with you then, and we'll do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Why don't you just cut him to fucking pieces, or
Just
cut his wings off?
Well, he does try and like trick him.
Yeah.
Although to be fair,
He doesn't
so
try
he can
to
pay
He
him.
doesn't try to cut him into
No,
pieces.
he doesn't. Or force make go to sleep.
Yeah, like-
force steal.
And I get it. But
Force steal.
the Jedi kill loads of people.
Yeah.
And this guy is a slaver. He owns a bunch of, just fucking kill him.
Watto's a terrible salesman as well. I was really surprised. He's like, it'll be really expensive. It'd be cheaper to buy a new ship.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why have you got one then? What are you never selling it?
Also, I was struck by
Just
this
an honest salesman.
An honest sales. Maybe you're right. Yeah.
He goes in, so they land, and Qui-Gon says, I'll just go to one of these small dealers. And then it's like, he gets this incredible problem, and he doesn't go, I'm actually going to shop
Shall
around.
I shop around? I'll get
Just
another
'cause we're on-
quote.
This is a whole planet.
He did say that you won't find one anywhere else. Trust me. So
well, maybe that is it.
yeah. And we meet Sebulba.
Yes.
I love Sebulba.
I like
Great
Sebulba.
character.
I like Sebulba's voice.
9 Chuba 9.
Yes.
Which I can't remember what that means.
He's got very powerful legs.
I
Arms and legs.
I learned that poodoo means fodder in this movie, but
That doesn't make any
it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, because they say bantha poodoo and it says bantha fodder. But
Well, I thought that one
Although
of the pod racers also
maybe that's a
said-
wink at the audience. If the adults are going, yeah, they don't mean bantha
Well,
fodder.
I thought that someone at one point also said in Wonka.
Yeah, they did.
And I was like, well, that's...
I know.
That's what that means.
I was annoyed about that as well. That's
You can't just make up...
That's not translated.
You can't just make up bullshit.
No, Huttese is a real language.
It's a real language.
For God's
You
sake.
can't just go around saying, "Get one on one, whatever you want." Fucking hell. God.
Like Del Boy. Maybe he's like a Del Boy character who's just going like, Monch 2, Rodney. You know, I want a Wonga. No idea what he's saying.
Monch 2, Rodney.
Oh, man. I feel like... I've always thought of the pod racing section as... And it is still brilliant. The sense of it all coming together. It's obviously like a huge focus. The editing's brilliant. It's conceived really, really well. And at the same time, loads of the stuff which is going on around the side really sort of solidified everything I've struggled with about this film, in that it's like aimed at kids and it's got all this just stupid sort of cultural references, like the guy with two heads and the sort of real American sort of NASCAR vibe to it. And who's in the... He's like the Redemption or whatever the fuck it is. Is that Warwick Davis? Is he in that suit?
Yes.
Oh, I think Warwick Davis
is there.
Rhodesian, yeah.
He's
Warwick Davis.
acting terribly inside that fucking suit.
I've just assumed it's him. I don't know that it's him.
The
What
dance
suit?
that he does.
The Rhodesian. So Baby Greedo.
But Warwick Davis is also in the crowd.
Warwick Davis
He
is
is,
in the
yeah.
crowd, and I think he does a great job as Warwick Davis in the crowd. But whoever's Baby Greedo,
doing that little fucking
like
dance.
he's like the one alien who goes
How do
to
kids
see
act?
Anakin's making the pod, and they're like, let's go see Annie, and the one kid who's an alien,
Yeah.
that's who we're talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought he was cool.
He does like a mad
Christ.
dance when they
Yeah.
win. Oh no,
You
bad.
can't be annoyed at that.
You can be. You can be.
Fucking
You
stinks,
just
man.
can't
Can
be
be.
annoyed
He's
at that.
rubbish.
I also really liked the little droid who got sucked through an engine and
Yeah.
got spat out the other side and seemed to really enjoy it.
Pit droids.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah.
I thought that was very Star Wars.
I guess in
That
my
was
head,
great.
I'm thinking of like the Mos Eisley Cantina and that sort of cut through. It's got like this real authentic sci-fi vibe of, wow, there's loads of worlds and planets and like this sort of crime hub. Everything's going on, and here it's like fucking dancing kid and
Yeah.
a guy with two heads and Jar Jar stepping in dog shit, and I talked about the updates made to Mos Eisley in the special edition of A New Hope, and how they're all pretty like lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
They're really stupid things that are going on, and
Yeah.
this just feels like a world of that bullshit.
100%. Yeah. Every shot's got to have a little physical comedy joke or something.
Everyone's saying wahoo or yippee.
Yeah.
But the pod race itself, great.
The sounds are great. The sounds are great.
The little Formula One sounds layered in there. Just the sound of Sir Bulba's engine is amazing. So horribly intimidating.
Before
Bungie nicked that for the sparrows in Destiny, right? That's why the sparrows are so good.
Just for the chronology. Before that, we, obviously like a few things have happened. We've met Anakin's mum. I just want to say, I think she's actually a really good performance.
Same.
I think maybe the best acting in the movie is
very low
Anakin's
key, isn't it?
mum. Yeah, it's low key and believable. I think we see C-3PO
He has no skin.
with his parts showing. He's got no skin. Another
Going on
thing
to
I really
just on
enjoyed.
Anakin's mum. Sorry, just there must be a thing, just customary on Tatooine, that when something bad and traumatic happens, you just don't really show any emotion.
Right.
Like her son. His son's just going forever.
Yeah.
Probably never going to see him again. She just like looks. Ah, well, there he goes.
Well, you got to be strong for
There he
your son
goes.
sometimes. If he looks around and she's crying, it's going to make it more difficult for him.
Here's a good bit where she's like, where he asks her, "Will I ever see you again?"
Yeah.
And she knows probably not.
Yeah.
But she just comes up with a great
If you
mum
believe
line.
it.
They've got this
What
whole
does your
thing.
heart tell you?
Yeah.
They've got trackers that will explode.
Yes.
If they just leave.
Yeah.
That's wild, isn't it?
It is quite wild. And I suppose the thing I was going to get to is Qui-Gon suspects that Anakin is strong with the Force.
Yes.
Obviously, he hears about... I mean, let's not go into the whole plot of this whole plan of betting on this kid he's just met who's never won a race before and never flown this pod before. In fact, it doesn't even work yet.
Yeah.
Whatever. But Qui-Gon suspects him, and I think that this is where we learn about midichlorians.
We learned first that there was no father.
There was no father. That's quite a big deal. Yeah.
Conceived by the Force.
Yeah.
Conceived, so
Immaculate.
the Force got all up in there. Is that what happened?
No, it was more divine than that.
So how did they make a
A
sperm?
choir sang.
How did they make a sperm to make
Well,
a
I
baby?
don't think they did make a sperm. They were just
I can't believe I've made you say that.
Don't sink to his level.
The Force was just like, there you go. Now you're pregnant.
Thank me later. Immaculate.
It's bad though, isn't it?
It's
Do you know, it was about this time that I realised that the name of Madonna's Greatest Hits collection was an incredible pun. It's called the Immaculate Collection.
Oh, that's good.
And she's called Madonna.
Yes.
That's the whole vibe.
Like
That's
a
her
virgin.
whole deal. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
the Immaculate Collection.
Yeah. It's
And when
really
I
good.
was a kid, I was like, all right, because it's immaculate, 'cause it's really good.
Yeah.
And then I think around this time, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I
It's well
understand.
played, Madonna. So anyway, midichlorians, something we've never heard of before. We suddenly learn there's like a science to your Force sensitivity.
Both of these things drop in the same scene. And I vividly remember they were like deep blows. Like if I was in a boxing match with trying to enjoy this film, this is the film, this is like it's a 1-2 combo.
Yeah.
It's like a cross left and then like a straight right
Are you on
jab.
the canvas at this
I'm
point?
fucked. I can't. Like the heaviness of the. So he's like Jesus. It's like Force
Yeah.
Jesus. And then it's like, and the midichlorian counts 20,000.
Yeah.
Like, what does that even mean?
Well, they
I
explain that,
there's
don't
a
they?
little power level.
That's even
bit
more.
here.
That's even more than Master Yoda.
Not even Master Yoda has a midichlorian count that high. So like, and this is where I like to get into it. So Anakin, pure human Anakin,
Yeah.
probably the most powerful Force user in all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
His power level comes down a little bit probably after he gets his various limbs chopped off and he gets reconfigured and
Do you
rebuilt
need
as a
limbs
machine.
to have Force sensitivity?
I guess
though, I don't
like
know.
there's the Force is running through your body, so every bit of your body that gets hacked off, you maybe lose a
I
bit of
guess
Force
so.
power.
Yeah, I guess so.
Can
Bone
we all
marrow.
agree that you wouldn't defend midichlorians, would you, Rob? It's an unnecessary complication of a quite simple and elegant idea, isn't it?
I guess so.
Cool.
The midichlorians aren't the Force; they're just microscopic beings that can hear the will of the Force.
Yeah.
and they whisper it to you so that you can know the will of the Force. And if you've got lots of midichlorians in you, then I guess you can hear the Force's will clearer. They're just
Yeah.
constantly going. Someone's going to attack you
And the will of the Force is to make him evil? Is that why they got a woman pregnant?
No.
Well, does the Force have
The
a will?
the will of the Force is to bring balance to the Force with this prophesized child, and he does eventually.
What's the balance? Because they didn't even know there's Sith going on at the moment.
Well, the balance of the Force, obviously, to my...
He does bring balance we need more evil. There's way too much Jedi.
There's fucking hundreds of Jedi.
Maybe I've missed that, and that's actually really clever, and that's what he's talking about.
Although if you hadn't seen a Sith for a fucking 1,000 years, and there were hundreds of you, and then someone was like, let's bring balance to the Force.
Yeah.
You would not pause.
The Force is fine.
And go...
The Force is actually fine the way it is.
The Force is fine. It's really balanced.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Imagine if you were like fucking Man United or Madrid and you'd won the league 6-7 times in a row.
Yeah.
And someone was like, someone's going to bring balance
to
the Premier League. I'd love to bring balance to the Premier League.
Yeah. It's been unbalanced
Wait
at the moment.
Wait a minute.
So.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Anyway, the pod race.
I can't get over the midichlorians. I can't get over the midichlorians. I just want to say again, I really don't like them.
No.
I really don't like them.
Neither do
I think they're terrible. Can you imagine Alec Guinness talking about little things living in his fucking arms? It's ridiculous.
Maybe this whole movie is the result of 20 years of people going, so how does that work, George? How does that work? So how do you get strong? Why are some people strong with the Force and some? And maybe he was like, I've been asked this question a lot. Like, people really care about this. Maybe I need to explain it, because
I'd love to see anyone give a coherent defense of midichlorians. It's like a textbook example of taking an idea which didn't need any elaboration and making it worse.
I can only think that people asked for elaboration, and he was like, I guess this is important to people, because again,
it's like YouTube comments, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the best video ever, on top of terrible.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why did you make this?
Didn't need to explain that, George. Right underneath. Please explain this, George.
Yeah.
What's he going to do, the poor man? He can't win.
What's everyone's midichlorian count now? What is it?
I'd love to know.
What's Obi-Wan's?
I would love to know. Because I would genuinely like to know the power levels.
Maybe it's
Who's
5.
got more midichlorians? What's Yoda's midichlorian count? If Anakin's is 20,000.
Well, what about Palpatine?
But what was more interesting, to go back to a sporting analogy, is teams have got a sort of a fucking power level, right? But sometimes they're just not as good for no reason, and then they lose to another team or they draw. And that's, if you have a number next to it, then that never happens. That's why it's stupid. Anyway,
so the pod race. The pod race is good. I think it's a high point of this movie. Yeah, I agree with Nath about some of the presentation of it, the commentary team, and everything's hilarious all the time. But overall, I mean, it is kind of, the physics of it make no sense whatsoever. Like, sometimes his pod can go super fast, and sometimes it's
he's static for a while.
He's static for a while. Sometimes he can't get past the Bulba for reasons I don't understand. But
there's some rubber banding.
It's brilliantly told. I feel like you get a real sense of the geography of the race.
Yes. The fact that there's 3 laps and there's a couple of shots which are repeated is really nice.
Yeah,
it's great.
You always understand
really good.
Where he is, what's going on, and the sound is probably just the best bit. Like we said,
sense of speed from those POV shots as well, when they're going through the tunnels.
And the pods themselves are cool.
They're cool.
And again, like, it feels like pulling something from that original sort of DNA of Star Wars and the racing that George Lucas enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
And that sense of speed and like building things yourself and being mechanically in tune with your pod.
The visual storytelling is amazing. I always love the bit where his engine catches fire and he has to fiddle about in the cockpit, and you can see what he's doing. Like, there's like a bit of, like a HUD display that's showing like this is on fire, and he pulls a thing and it shuts the vent and he channels some energy and back into it and restart. I was like, this is great. I can understand everything that's going on, even though it's a bit of technology I've never seen before and no one's saying anything. It's cool. The race is good, and Anakin wins, and I'm pleased. At
a certain point, the commentator says, and again, I remember a core memory from watching this the first time, another blow. This is like a straight into the middle of my forehead. He says, I don't care what universe you're from, that's got to hurt. And I remember thinking, that's not very Star Wars.
There's a bit where Anakin overtakes, I think, or does something good, and the commentary team says, like, Skywalker's back, you know, blah, blah, blah. And Jar Jar says, did Annie crash it? It's just like everyone's cheering. The guy's just said like Skywalker's done something amazing, and he says, "Did Annie crash it?" Like, why? Why have they made him that stupid?
You can imagine him actually typing that. Just imagine it written on the page. It makes it worse.
Like that? Is that the comedy? What's the comedy?
I've written down my notes of this section are: sand people are shit. I don't care what universe. Poodoo in
Poodoo
in quotes.
Brilliant.
The kids dancing and what a
kids dancing.
What a piece of shit is what I've written down.
For what's that?
For the kids dancing at the end.
Oh right,
just piece of shit.
I liked Jabba the Hutt flicking off that.
I liked it.
It's snack. I think it's a snack. He just flicks it off onto the. That's good stuff. That's good comedy. And I also liked him just being asleep at the end, just bored.
Yeah.
So yes,
Quite
he
funny.
wins at the end, and then Qui-Gon abducts him and strips him, taking him away from his mother.
Yes.
I understand that this is also what happens to all young Jedi. They all go into the temple and they're beaten, and their blood is taken against their will, and
But often at a much younger age, so I
but
guess
they're all
they
going to
don't
be fucking
care.
traumatized. Is what I'm saying.
It's not if they're like one, maybe.
It's like Yoda going, "Oh, but you're scared, aren't you? You're fucking scared." It's like, yeah, I'm fucking 10. And what are you talking? Where's my mum?
Yeah.
It's insane. Or if you're scared, you could go evil. Don't be fucking scared.
It is weird.
Don't look at that. Don't turn around. Don't look at that guy with the massive neck. That's really scary.
Yeah, it is weird.
Did your thoughts dwell on your mother?
Yes,
That guy.
Yeah.
He's the worst.
I've
Jedi,
forgotten
in
his
my
name.
opinion.
I've forgotten his name.
Is it Plo Koon or something?
Oh, I think it is.
There we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Another
Fuck's sake.
another great name. I like that guy.
Why do all races from all planets in Star Wars all just have silly onomatopoeic names like this? Why isn't there just a race with like really sophisticated
Well, like George R. Binks.
George R. Binks?
That's
Or
sophisticated.
like Montgomery Hughes or someone like
Salacious
that.
B. Crumb.
Salacious B. Crumb.
Annie.
Bib Fortuna.
Bib Fortuna. That's a great name. Annie and Qui-Gon are running for the ship.
That's because there's a deleted scene. This section it never made sense to me.
Doesn't
so
make
like
sense.
they're leaving, emotional goodbye, and then the next cut they're like Darth Maul has located him with his evil droids.
Yeah.
And he's got on his cool speeder. He's just fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
It's like I've done that so many times again in Destiny. Oh fuck!
Yeah.
He's remounted at the
Whoa.
bottom before we see him.
Yeah.
And then he shot off into the distance. And we cut to them running, and it's like Qui-Gon is just not surprised. He turns around. Oh, well, those Sith I've not seen for 1,000
Anakin,
years.
drop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anakin, drop.
Anakin says, Qui-Gon, sir, I'm tired. It's like you can see the car. The
Yeah.
car's there. What? It's like they
makes-
just needed Qui-Gon to turn around for some reason, and they gave Anakin the worst possible line.
Well, I think
I'm
it makes
tired.
more sense with the deleted scene. He's already chasing them. I
Right.
think that's the thing. And I've not seen the deleted scene. I've just read about it, and apparently it's a little bit clunky. But
Right.
then this whole fucking scene is a bit clunky. He like jumps onto a walkway of a ship,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, what was that?
Yes.
That was weird. He had a red lightsaber.
Yeah.
What does that mean?"
It's cool. It's not cool. I
I've written-
don't know why I said that.
Palpatine's machinations are boring as fuck is the next thing I've written down. They are they're boring. They're just boring.
Right, for an adult, yeah.
But for children, the children love.
I did.
But you're like a mini
I think
Palpatine.
18 is a terrible age to watch a Star Wars film.
Yeah, I agree.
Terrible.
I agree.
You got to either be 12 or like, an
Dead.
adult.
Dead.
Yeah.
Jedi Council is. I've just started swearing in my notes now. Jedi Council is fucking rubbish. And by that I mean the imagination of like, oh, here's the Jedi, and they're all again that try to live up to the mystery and the intrigue of everything that Obi-Wan says about them in his house on Tatooine in that first film,
Yeah.
or Yoda or whatever, and you've got these 12 cunts just sitting
God's
sitting
sake.
around in a fucking circle on
One
shit
of those
chairs.
is Master Yoda. You take that back.
It looks
One of them is Yaddle.
Yeah, Master Yaddle.
and it looks like the lobby of like a tech firm somewhere.
Yeah,
And it's like completely bright,
yeah.
airless.
I hate the Jedi Council. I won't try and defend
aliens
it.
are designed awfully. There's a guy with the one of them's got a massive head and one of them's got a really long neck. That guy with the long neck,
His head is out of shot in a couple of.
ridiculous.
There's
Sometimes
a couple of frames where you can see in the background all the other Jedi Masters, and then just neck, and then his head's out.
Sometimes
of shot.
I was really freaked out at the end when they're talking to him about getting trained. You can see him reflected in the window, and it's just his fucking floating face. He looks
Yeah.
like a demon.
Well, is he? Is that one a? I can't remember the race that makes the clones.
Oh.
Caminoans.
Kaminoans, or Kaminoans. Is he a Kamino?
I don't know.
Because that's vaguely interesting.
Oh, I can't
But
wait to go to Camino.
The worst thing
Next
about I
It's got to
think
be a massive disadvantage as someone who fights with a sword.
to have,
All the time to have a neck that long.
yeah,
Maybe he
well,
can
but then
retract it.
yeah, but
You'll be
you're
like,
going up
go,
against
go,
people with
catch it.
blasters. You see, that's the point.
And
hard
Lisa's
to
like
hit.
moving
Try and
his
hit me in the neck. Yeah, if you shoot a swan, you're not aiming for the neck. I don't reckon.
No, that's true. But if I had a sword,
Right, yeah,
That
but Nathan,
swan
you
is-
say no one else has a sword. So that's
That's
the
true.
point.
That's-
That's why you got into Jedi.
maybe that
into the Jedi Council.
Yeah.
The worst thing about the Jedi Council, I think, is their attitude. They are
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
miserable, eye-rolly bastards. I don't understand. Qui-Gon's turned up with like this this is exciting, isn't it? A child who, as we are led to believe, has been conceived by the Force
Yeah.
with a Midichlorian count off the chart, bigger than yours, Yoda,
Yeah, I know.
by the way. Could this be the prophecy? And everyone's like, oh, I guess we'll meet him then. Yep, fine, bring him in. Like, what? There's so, what else are you doing today?
Like that bullshit of conflict is story. Let's just make them do the opposite. They could be an interesting reason that they are, or a more positive reason for going against Qui-Gon.
I think it's fine not to train him.
That's what I'm saying. It's just impediment. It's like it's not
Yeah.
a fun thing to watch. Just people going.
Yeah.
They're not saying, "Oh no, here's a good reason why not," or "Let's try and achieve this other thing."
No.
They're just saying we don't. Well, they're sitting down and saying we don't want to.
No.
It's not very
It's
exciting.
just weird.
It's bad.
Weird.
It's bad.
I hate the Jedi Council.
I've also, and then under that, I've written the Republic Senate is also fucking shit. Just the idea of like, how are we going to visualize this? Everyone in this giant sort of hive, and everyone's floating around, and
Yeah.
there are cameras, just fucking cameras floating around.
I don't like it.
I don't
And
like
the
it.
floating. And I just think seeing some political bullshit,
When you
the
see,
chair recognises the speaker from
and there's
Naboo.
so many
The
people, and
spare-
some of them are so far away.
I know.
You may as well just be on a Zoom. It's fucking wild. Whenever you see clips of this in the later Star Wars stuff, they keep it really small and it really stands out because it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But they're like, this is it now, forever. It's canon. Well, they're just all in this giant tube, just sat in floating pods. That's
Yeah.
weird.
They were thinking about the fight in the third film
Yeah.
between Yoda and Palpatine and how fucking cool it would look
It's not
if they were coming up in the middle of this huge room.
I don't
And
think
it does
it's
look cool.
I don't know.
Well, we'll get there. We've got to get through this film first.
Yeah, I know. Yoda repeating lines that were good the first time around I've written because they were cool. This is the first time I've watched the original trilogy so soon before watching
Yeah.
Phantom Menace. So obviously I'm like that whole kind of, the mantra that he's repeating to Luke while he's on his back is very similar to the thing that he says to Anakin.
Yeah.
But it was good before, and now it just sounds like saying something that was in a better film
Yeah.
previously.
So Palpatine's plan is played out.
Was Yoda always CG in this film, by the way? Because I'm pretty sure it was puppet Yoda
Maybe that was Yaddle.
in the Phantom Menace.
No, I think they went
In the council scene,
they went all in on.
and then later on, because he's obviously CG in Attack of the Clones,
Yeah.
because he's got lots more to do. He's got to fight with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I remember him being puppeted originally in Phantom Menace. Maybe it's
I don't know.
maybe it's a digital enhancement that's now happened.
I wasn't aware that they did anything to these movies, but it might have been. But I thought that they were very all in on like this new technology. Yeah, we're just going to do the whole thing. It's amazing. Just put them in a big blue room and we can put anything there. They can be anywhere. So-
On that note, I quite like the design of the Naboo ships, the starships, but they're so clean and sleek.
Yeah.
And it feels like there's almost like a generational gap between the sort of the clunky models, and that enabled all of this from zoomed out. Those miniatures look like they've got so much detail and shadow and texture to them. And then I don't know if these are all curved and sleek because it's easier to make them look realistic. As,
I suspect that is part of the reason, definitely.
So I quite like them, but they don't feel super Star Warsy.
No,
but they do look distinct and interesting.
Yeah. So Palpatine's plan is played out. Amidala's heading back to Naboo.
It does. This is one of the things which I do struggle to kind of get my head around. And like, not just trying to throw shit at the wall, but in terms of his plan, it's complicated enough that I can't tell when Amidala goes back to the planet if that is not what he wants to happen.
I don't think he wants it to happen.
Because it doesn't make any difference to whether his plan works or not in the end. He still gets everything he wants.
Yeah.
So I don't know what would have happened if his plan had gone ahead as... I don't really see... the stakes seem diminished because I was like, well, he's in charge of both teams.
Yeah.
And he's already...
Well, I don't really understand the plan at all. Because the plan originally was that she would just sign they'd kill the Jedi, or they wouldn't be Jedi anyway. Yeah. Negotiations wouldn't happen. She'd sign the treaty.
Yeah.
And then he calls for a vote of no confidence. I don't know. Like, well, that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't know what the plan is. I don't care.
No, that's fair.
Amidala goes back, and Jar Jar's actually said something to her. What was it that Jar Jar said? Just, we're a race of...
We've got a grand army.
Yeah. And why does it have a grand army? Because there's no one to fight.
The fish.
Exactly. There are some big fish, to be fair. When do they train? Where do they train? They live underwater. Who knows? But I don't know why it has a grand army, Rob. You live on a planet
and they're hidden.
If you live and there's just some friends and they don't have an army. The Naboo are just like they've like some volunteer forces. Why do you have one? But anyway, they do. I guess it's a shame that Amidala's like, I could use you and your people because you've got an army, rather than just a nicer. We should just team up because we're Team Naboo. We're all Naboo.
Team Naboo.
But Jar Jar pops down to the city, and it's like they're not there. They must be at the sacred place, which is where they are. And finally,
so literally, all of this entire nation has left.
Yeah.
Where it lives.
Yeah.
They've gone to Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
Everyone. I guess okay, fair.
Which is not hidden. I don't know how it's safer than where they were, but and we get the body double thing is played out, and the Jedi didn't know with all their sensing abilities and just their eyes.
Qui-Gon seems to like it.
He's like,
there's a look in Liam Neeson's face. Was like, oh man,
yeah.
All those times I was bitching about the Queen.
That's
Padmé.
Right.
It was actually the Queen.
I was assuming watching those scenes on Tatooine that he knew, but also knew that she couldn't reveal herself. So he was like, the Queen trusts me, unless you're going to fucking say something about it.
He definitely doesn't know, but that's a much more, that's a much better reading of it, but I don't think he knows. And I found it annoying. Nobody knows. None of them know.
He's supposed to be able to sense people.
Captain Panaka knows. He's not shocked.
No. What is a Panaka? Is it a cheese?
Panaka.
Is it a cheese?
Don't know. It's a captain in the Naboo Royal Guard.
The final sequence is a redux of the classic Jedi finale in terms of having a fight with sticks and ground and also air.
Yes.
I love the
three battles.
Star Wars does it so well, so many times.
It does.
Just all the different stakes, and I like how it's constantly intercutting between them. A lightsaber duel, them trying to get the Viceroy, Anakin in the ship.
Two of those are great. The Naboo...
Which is the one that's bad?
The Naboo battlefield with just lots of Jar Jar accidentally doing stuff, I find difficult to enjoy. I quite like the big tanks.
Oh, there's 4 things, aren't there? Yeah, there's the Gungans fighting the droids. That's definitely the worst. They're stupid little energy balls. Very ineffectual.
And they're like on the Windows 98 desktop.
Yes.
That's where they're fighting.
It's crazy how that looks now.
Yeah.
That's just time.
Just a big green field with a nice hill.
The droid army, again, the stakes of fighting a big droid army are weird. It's kind of like, well, this isn't... every one of us that dies is just fighting these machines. That's awful.
Yeah.
I just felt like there is a better way to bridge the gap between Anakin, the pod racer, who is very skilled.
Yeah.
And Anakin, the pilot, who, and again, it's direction and a bit of sense and conceiving this well. Just he can fly that thing. Like, obviously he doesn't know that there's a command ship up there that he needs to blow up or whatever, but you could have him escaping things and outrunning other pilots in a way that was almost believable because of the pod racing scene. And instead he's just fucking hitting buttons and saying yippee. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's so easy to fix. He should just be like, oh, this is just like my pod. I get this.
Yeah.
Hey, my pod was
Just have
designed
scenes of people chasing him and him getting away because he's a really good racing guy.
Yeah.
That would be good.
I don't know why he's been taken there anyway. Why didn't they leave him at the sacred place?
Stay in that
Qui-Gon's like, the plan is just like, all right, we're gonna get in there, we're gonna be fighting. You find a place to hide and you stay there.
Stay in that jet fighter.
Yeah,
stay in the cockpit of that jet fighter. Don't move.
Good hiding place.
Good hiding
the
place.
cockpit of the only fighter left in the hangar.
Yeah.
But the lightsaber duel's great in it.
It is really good.
It's really
It
good.
is.
The
good.
music's incredible. Its starting is incredible. The film.
Where are they?
Yeah, where are
What
they?
is this incredible
I don't know.
vaulted
Wow.
cavernous space
I don't know.
Do you know?
that they're in? Because it looks great.
I'm a hypocrite because I don't care. Because the scene's fucking cool.
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
scene is cool.
I care
Like
a
the
little
whole
bit.
film. I don't care because it's cool and
It's
great.
right next to the main. It's like literally they go through a door, and anyway, it is. I find it a bit annoying, but it is cool.
Maybe it's a
very
big
cool.
hydroelectric plant.
And what are those red force fields? That annoys me too. But
Yes.
Just
you know,
video gamey, aren't they?
they are, because they're doing nothing. Anyway, the fight is cool and the music is amazing. The Duel of the Fates is.
Yeah, it's spectacular.
I do like watching this though, and in the early exchanges, just paying attention to one of either Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon, because in that great way, when you're choreographing one person fighting two other people, if you're on the side of the two, your movements are so slow. Like there's one bit where Qui-Gon's like, whoosh, he hits at the top, then he waits ages and slowly dances around, whoosh, and hits at the bottom. But if you're just watching it normally, you're watching Maul, and he's like between them both.
Yeah. He's so good.
The
He's
best,
great part.
the best bit of the fight is the bit after Qui-Gon
100%.
gets killed.
Yeah.
And the choreography between two people, again, I think because it takes away that problem. I think Ewan McGregor is obviously doing his fucking best, and Ray Park's great. And it's just really, and I don't know
really
what
good.
it lasts for about 20 or 30 seconds.
There's a
before
little
he gets
exchange where it's so quick, and he then
wicked.
halves his dual lightsaber. Really good.
Yeah.
But you can tell Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan's, he's using some dark side power here. He's definitely tapping into his rage. 100%.
Yeah, there's a little bit of, I don't know, is it determination or is it rage? Who can say?
I definitely think
It's not calm Jedi-ness.
But as soon as you try hard, do you know what I mean? Is that dark side? You can't.
I think
go,
so.
Oh, be careful of
It's
trying hard, Obi-Wan.
It's the whole only two there are problem, because they've told everyone what the rules of the Jedi are.
Yeah,
they use the Force only in defense.
Only the chill side of the Force.
Yeah, the chill side of the Force. Ewan McGregor's not chill. Like you can see, he's
definitely
devastated. He's upset, and then he looks at Darth Maul like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you."
But then
now."
maybe But then I was thinking the same thing again because we just watched the end of Jedi, and I was thinking maybe it's just on the side of he masters that anger and he's very determined. It's a very fine line.
Yes.
I do think that the end of this fight is silly.
Why? All they need is he jumps up and he grabs Qui-Gon's lightsaber, and just for Darth Maul to deflect one hit as he comes over the top. He looks at him for so long.
He stands there like, what's going on? You were down there and now you're over here. Oh my God, and you've got a lot, and I'm dead.
And then there's a beat.
Yeah, it's crazy. But also, I don't know why Darth Maul isn't just offing Obi-Wan when he's hanging from he's hanging for ages.
Yeah.
And Darth Maul's walking around like, come on, mate. He's like,
No.
Showering him in sparks. Like, can you just let go? Or I don't know.
He
I
should
don't.
force tread
It's
on
just
his
ridiculous. Any number of things. It's a weird end to the fight, and I don't know what it's for apart from to buy some time for the movie.
It was brilliant up until that point.
It was great. All of the Anakin stuff in space is terrible, and I hate it. I think all the other fighter pilots, it's so weird. It's like
One of ours had the main hold.
Yeah, that's him again.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes. true.
Yeah, I think the way that they speak to each other, it's like they've forgotten everything. It's like they haven't seen Star Wars before. It's so weird.
I like there's that female pilot who's shitting her pants.
Yeah.
I like the way she delivers her lines. They're all like, Roger Bravo leader, Roger Bravo leader. Then it cuts to her, Roger Bravo leader. She's having a terrible time in there.
She was on Celebrity Traitors, right? I can't remember her name.
Really?
She was just in the Thirsty Murder Club.
Oh, really?
Is that C.E. Imre?
Yeah. I believe
Wow.
So. She was talking about.
I had no idea that was her.
In the interview that our company filmed, that she talks about being on that.
No way.
I think so.
I had
Wow.
no
Unless
idea
she was
that was
talking
her.
about it on the Traitors.
I didn't recognise her at all. She doesn't talk about it on the Traitors because I watched the Celebrity Traitors.
Oh,
She didn't talk about Star Wars in that.
No, probably illegally not allowed to. I hate all of that. All the Anakin stuff, crashing in.
I'll go left.
The droids just look at him for ages. He's in there fiddling about for ages whilst his, ship's overheating, and they're just fine with it.
Yeah.
Then he blows up the whole ship, which is, whatever. We cut to the Trade Federation guys in the like bridge who are just like, but how could we can't be losing power? We've got really great shields, and they're all just dead immediately.
I just wish that that there wasn't so much haphazardness to the victory. It just doesn't. Like, if Jar Jar's your chaos character, fine. Then just make Anakin find a way to make it so that the things that he is good at, not that he's just, shat himself and fallen over and he's pressed the right button.
He's a super, I don't know why we're retreading this. It's me retreading it, but he's amazing in the pod race. He's really good.
Yeah,
he's a great engineer. He's a great pilot. He can think on his feet. The exposition guy has shown him how to fly the Naboo starship. He's clearly good at that. Why can't he just be good? Why can't he just be deft and clever and pick it up? And why does he have to be a klutz?
I don't know. Yippee!
Is he a klutz? He's not really a klutz, is he?
Well, he
the ship's on autopilot.
Haphazard is
and he gets shot and he lands inside the ship and then he fires it and then he flies out.
He doesn't know, he doesn't know what he's doing at any point.
Yeah,
he's just going.
He says at one point, "Let's go left."
Yeah,
and
that's the first thing he does.
That's not the kid that's just won a fucking pod race.
And I'll try spinning. That's a good trick. Come on.
No.
Anyway, the end of the movie. Thank God, we have our big celebration scene, a sort of a redux of
Palpatine's
the medal
been elected
scene.
as the new Chancellor.
Palpatine's been elected, and Obi-Wan has promised Qui-Gon he's going to take on Anakin, and he's telling Yoda this, and Yoda's like, I don't think you should do it, but the Jedi Council agrees. Why the Jedi Council has agreed, don't know. Obi-Wan's a Jedi Knight, and we get that. I quite like the scene at the end with Qui-Gon being burned, and the cut to Palpatine's face.
Yes.
I like the
reason this is overall not massively satisfying, as you said, you couldn't really understand what Palpatine's plan was, apart from to grab power, right?
Yeah.
So, which I do understand.
Yeah.
But then the most important thing happening in the Force universe is the emergence of Anakin.
Yeah.
And in later Star Wars, my understanding is, the Sith have been planning this for ages and they knew about him and whatever. At this point in the story, I don't think that or the storytelling.
No.
I don't think that any of that's true.
No.
So it feels like...
That would be cool, wouldn't it? If they weaved in some kind of plot strand whereby Palpatine had orchestrated them having to go to Tatooine for some reason.
Yeah, right.
And Darth Maul being there. He's telling Darth Maul, go and hunt these people, but his actual mission was to make sure Anakin gets...
Whereas, as people point out, what he does is almost runs him over.
Yeah.
But only almost. So
it's just a weird one that, we know the biggest thing. The whole point about the prequel trilogy is, we're going to get to see how Darth Vader became Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And then we're supposed to care about all these machinations in the background. And those machinations from this mastermind just completely, he just pops up. I don't know. It's very unsatisfying.
It is unsatisfying.
I can't wait for the next film.
Well, I genuinely can't.
I
genuinely can't.
The next film.
The next one is a big pile of shit.
The next one is my least favourite Star Wars film. I think it's one of my least favourite movies. I cannot think of a single redeeming quality about it.
Hey, I tell you what, I don't think I can watch the Ewok movie. I just don't think I can bring myself to watch the Ewok movie.
Well, let's not do that then.
Can we watch something else?
Yes.
Can we watch Spaceballs or THX or American Graffiti?
We can figure that out.
Why don't we watch Rogue One?
Ooh.
Because I've seen it on a plane once and wasn't impressed.
Oh, I'm not prepared.
And now I want to watch it again because everyone's always like, yeah.
What about
Rob disliking
Solo
Rogue
movie?
One would be.
That'd
How
be
about
a
the
great-
Solo
a
movie?
great
Have you seen the
episode.
Solo
I
movie?
don't want to watch the Solo
Yeah,
movie.
why not?
Have you never seen it?
No, I don't give a fuck.
What
We're
do you
watching
mean?
Star Wars.
Why not?
Rogue One. I want to watch Rogue One, the one that
Dave.
everyone's always
No,
like, yes, Rogue One.
No,
Because it's going to be a spicy
Don't
podcast.
fall for it, listeners. He wants to watch it so he can dislike it. He wants to
I
put
do.
us. Yeah, he wants to.
That'll
put
be a
us.
good episode.
He
I
wants-
don't want to watch the fucking Han Solo
Why
movie.
not? No,
Because
Han
I don't
Solo
give a
movie-
shit about young Han Solo.
At last-
What a boring concept
I didn't want to watch
is.
the Phantom Menace, but here we are.
Yeah,
we're
it's just
watching.
podcast gold.
Rob's
Yeah.
evil plan is revealed. At last,
Rogue
Rob shall
One.
reveal himself
Yeah.
to the Star Wars fans.
Why can't you be open to the idea that the Solo movie's quite good?
Maybe it's fine. It's just not interesting to me. I think the whole thing of I would like to rewatch Rogue One.
You're not allowed to watch Rogue One until you've watched Andor. That's the rule.
I
now.
think if we go on to watch the sequels, though, we can do them both.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Well, we got to watch the sequels now, I think.
I think we have to. Yeah.
We're locked in.
The next movie, though, is Attack of the Clones. It's the worst movie ever, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you like it. I am. I really will struggle to find something
I'm
good to say
really
about it.
looking forward to recounting because I can remember so vividly this coming out. I remember my science teacher at the time. I'll say this in the next episode.
Yeah.
But there was a whole. Everyone was so willing it to undo the damage that the Phantom Menace had done. And everyone's like, "Oh, it's more adult. It's darker. It's got yeah."
Yeah, second go. Here we go.
here
We'll
we
get
go.
it. We'll get it right this time. They'll get it right this time.
And that's what happened.
That's maybe what happened. We'll have to find out when we watch Attack of the. Maybe I'll like it this time. I am really going to try and just
This will be
blank
the second
canvas.
time I've watched it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've seen bits of it on TV.
Oh my god, you're going to need a bigger notebook.
This is what I'm looking forward. This is the good stuff. Get into this.
Rob is the dark side of the
He
podcast.
is the dark side. Yeah, that's right. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to good podcasts.
It does.
In Rob's opinion. Anyway, Attack of the Clones is next week. And we will be watching something soon for a bonus episode. But as you can hear,
That's podcasting.
It's fluid. The situation's fluid. So if you're either a Patreon member or interested in becoming one and seeing what we might be watching, keep your eyes peeled on our Patreon, and we will announce that very soon, just as soon as we know. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode, even if you're a big fan of the Phantom Menace.
I'm so tired.
I'm tired, but I'm also a professional. And look, now you've just derailed my outro even further. I was just going to say,
This is like Return of the King.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode, even if you're a big enjoyer of Phantom Menace. And I certainly hope that you still are, if you are, because that's nice for you. And I wish I was. But anyway, Attack of the Clones. We'll see you next week. You've been listening to Redshirt Cinema Club. If you enjoyed the episode, consider supporting us on Patreon, where you can unlock 2 bonus episodes every month. And we'd love to hear from you. Email us at redshirtcinemaclub@gmail.com. See you next week.